Hi there, Fox Bats and Filterers, Misso Plays here, and today is going to be another Outpost tour. This time we're sitting down on the swamp biomes of Hyla II and going to take a saunter around my extraction operations headquarters. And this one's kind of interesting because it's the very first outpost that I built in the game. It started out as the lakeside player home that you can see off in the distance there, and ended up growing to become my main base of operations and a pretty large outpost. This one is at max budget, actually maybe a little over. There have been times where I got the you cannot build anymore notification, and then a few days later was able to squeeze a few things in. And as we trek on up to the main complex, you can probably see some of those early stages still standing, like these starter wind turbines, which were one of the first things that got put down. And that's maybe the thing I love most about this outpost, is that whereas the later ones were heavily planned before I got started, this one kind of grew organically, and I think that makes it an interesting one to take a tour of for anybody who's just getting started out now with outpost building and maybe feels overwhelmed by all of the options and not really knowing, what they want to build or where to start. Because it shows that even if you don't really know where your build is going, if you just get started, you can still create something, which I think is pretty cool. And we're going to start out with the workshop, which of course is the heart of any outpost of industry. And we've got this little crew station over here, decorated with personal knickknacks of my crew, and all of the workbenches readily available for both the people who work at this particular outpost and for my player character. When she touches down, we can come straight in here, work on my weapons, suits, manufacturing components, all of that good stuff. And when decorating this particular outpost, I wanted to try staying away from the really kind of cozy and polished vibe of a lot of my other outposts and lean more heavily into the mining part of my character's backstory, taking a lot of inspiration from places like the Argos Extractors site that we start the game at on Victerra, and running with a sort of more lived-in grungy industrial vibe for this one. Now, of course, a mining operation like this is not all exploration and rock blasting. There is a lot of management that goes into it too, and that is reflected here in my administration offices. We got some motivational posters there to keep everybody happy and on task. A little display of some of our best minerals that we've been pulling up to show everyone what they're working towards. While humanity may have fled Earth, we have not yet fled the office cubicle. And each one I tried to decorate with different furniture and decoration to make it look like each one had its own owner and wasn't quite as anonymous and soulless looking. This over here is my air traffic control. We don't have a lot of paths, but we do have a lot of cargo ships coming and going, which you might have noticed already from this video. So that desk has a good view of everything coming in and ensures safe landing and operations for everyone. Obviously, this network of extraction outposts would be nothing without our workers, so we have a little display there to celebrate them, and a fully stocked break station so everyone can stay happy and hydrated on the job. To build on that working outpost theme, in the kitchen and dining area here, I wanted to give it a more communal feel than the kitchen in my last outpost video by adding like little bits of trash on the floor and a more chaotic placement of junk items. It keeps the space feeling more casual and gives the impression of a lot of different people coming and going throughout the day. They're making their meals, eating their meals, playing board games, but maybe don't have time to be picking up as meticulously as one might in a player home. A security desk here before we get into the next wing of this outpost, where we keep some of our more sensitive research projects, such as the armillary here, and this research desk with books about the cosmos as my player character tries to unravel the mysteries of the artifacts. A task that is proving rather dangerous, hence the rather high-tech looking monitoring station back there. After all of the work that has gone into tracking down and mining those artifacts, my dusty space captain is taking no chances. And so we have this really well-stocked armory close at hand. Should the worst happen, however, we do have this state-of-the-art medical facility on site. Battle casualties, alien attacks, industrial accidents, it is dangerous living on the fringes of the settled systems. And as a responsible employer, looking out for the safety and well-being of the crew is of top priority here. Since people are not just working but living here too, let's go on through to the residential wing of this complex. And in an attempt to reclaim a little more living space here, I used one of the large rugs to go over these ledges and add a little more floor space to work with and walk on here. Do the awkward corridor dance in games as in real life as we come through to our conference room where our team can get together and discuss those daily operations that go on around the outpost. We got another one of those break stations, tying even the more corporate spaces into that mining theme with some mineral and soil samples there from the job site that people were discussing in one of the presentations that was going on in there. And now we're going to go downstairs and into the main living quarters. It might not be fancy, but it's still pretty cozy and has all the necessities the crew might need. A portable stove for heating things up if you don't want to go all the way into the kitchen and the mess hall, so people can just stay hanging out here as much as they want to.
Anything I can do for you?
Exactly live without a bathroom, so we have one over here which was made with one of the hallway pieces. It is a little snug. But these shelving units that you can find in the display section make a great room divider for the bathrooms if you use the hallway pieces. They're just narrow enough to let you get on in and wide enough to give whoever's using the facilities a little bit of privacy. And the last room of this part of the complex before we head on over to that lake house across the way is the recreation room, which offers an excellent view of the fantastic landscape here. People can sit and watch the tropical storms roll in or the peaceful dinosaurs roam by.
Been in the Vanguard a long time. The faces change, but bad guys are still bad guys, you know.
We've got a little ping pong table there for some after work game sessions and some imported beverages all the way from Neon. So now that we have explored the industrial part of this outpost, it is time to take a quick look at the building that started it all, which is this lakeside villa. And as we walk into this game room here, you can already see that the decoration style at the villa is a little bit more sleek and modern looking than in the main part of the outpost. Again, we got that beautiful view of those palm trees, and I think we can see some of the aliens frolicking in the background there. Then using this corner over here to show off some of that impressive plant collection that my captain has been amassing. Then of course we've got those board games and darts, all the things you might need for a hangout with your crew. And this brings us through to the home gym, which is where my captain stays, giant bug fighting fit. We got the little weight room down here, and a kind of shower and changing area, as well as a water station and a little lounge area to hang out between workouts. And the main living quarters here. We got some of those luxury couches, so you know a lot of foxbats gave their lives for that one. Here we have a very sleek, modern looking bedroom with a great beachside view. Before we come over to the dressing room and bathroom. For the bathroom I used the same hallway piece as we saw in the main part of the outpost and the same dividing shelves, but the extra decoration gives it a slightly more luxurious feel. And there I repurposed one of the document trays into a tea tray, and they're remarkably versatile for things like that. This is my captain's work desk. Since they have not given us any keyboards for our computer monitors, I've been using the medical sample trays because they have a kind of keyboard feel if you don't look too closely. And the table here has been set for a big dinner party. I've been using the folders as placemats and the little, it says notepads, but it's just a single piece of paper. They make excellent napkins or placemats for things like drinks. This is my tea brewing station. Got my Tranquility tea bags all lined up there. And a little fancy bar. We got a succulent of unusual size there. And here I used one of the playing cards as a drink mat, because you don't want to stain those lovely cabinet surfaces. And that would be the player home part of the Outpost. If you're somebody who has been interested in outpost building but feeling a little lost as to where to start, I hope that this video shows that it is perfectly okay to start building without a grand master plan, that starting small can be the first step on a journey to building something big. Thank you so much once again for watching, and if you found this video helpful or entertaining, please like and subscribe, and I'll be back again next week with more building tips and outpost tours. Till then, bye!